About to be live. Thank you. Isolation Nation, welcome. The Social Distancing Social Club. I'm one of your hosts, Ben Glebe. It's going to be quite a show for you today. We've got two great comedians. We have a game. You guys know how it works. If you don't, I just explained it. Now you do. I'm very happy to introduce to you the second place finisher in the first annual hot dog eating contest. It's Steve Hofstetter.
Thank you, Jimmy Neutron. Very much appreciated. If you want to support the show, please do so. Top right of the screen is our Venmo. You can PayPal at sdscshow.com. Of course, Super Chat on the YouTube. Do all that stuff. And let me just welcome our next host. Excuse me just a second. Ice cream tastes real good. Chris Bowers, everybody. Chris Bowers.
Okay, two things. One, I don't like you're making fun of my hair, Ben. That's kind of bullshit. Is that a joke? Is that a dig at me? Because your hair, like you sleep like my hair looks like from the barber. And secondly, I think this might be my new diet. You eat 10 hot dogs for lunch, you throw up all afternoon and can't eat dinner. I think I'm going to lose all the
You know, speaking of eating, when you're eating ice cream, I think the real good thing to do is have toppings. So, like, crushed up cereal, I very much recommend. That's pretty good.
Well, now you're just being mean. What are you doing? That's just...
So mean as if I did... Bowers, you wouldn't mind this. Fresh fruit is also really good on ice cream.
That would be so mean if this month's prop of the month from Z Bunster wasn't Cinnamon Babka from Cat's Deli in New York. I love you, Buns. Thank you so much. I get to eat today. Yay.
Bowers, you okay?
I'm good. I'm somehow figured. I don't know how I got to be the only guy on this show that never eats. It's weird. Like it's just.
That is a good point. And you know what? The berries weren't enough. I recommend some bananas.
Guys, what are those?
Real good.
What are those?
They're things that you don't like, but other people do.
You're drowning the ice cream away.
Did they say they're bananas? I thought bananas were long. How are those so? Anyways, Rachel's here. Rachel, how you doing, Rach? You feeling all right?
Please.
Yeah.
Bowers, you actually make a good point. Putting too much fruit on this might ruin it. So it's good. Jennifer Story actually sent me some peanut M&Ms. So, you know, those are...
They're Easter M&Ms, by the way.
They're Easter peanut M&Ms, which is pretty... It's pretty cool to get, get candy.
How were you feeling yesterday, Rach, after?
I felt like uncomfortable. I definitely felt uncomfortable. Had I taken another bite, I was on the verge of vomiting. Like I was very close. I burped a lot. There was a lot of air coming out of different orifices. So that was
great. I have decided that having me have Joey and Chestnut come and watch our first hot dog eating contest would be like having Ron Jeremy watch you lose your virginity in a hot tub. I just don't think like maybe we should have had somebody less experienced be there as our judge the first time. I'm not sure that's a good idea.
It is definitely weird, and like that happens sometimes. Like I assume Ben and Bowers, you get this too. Like I'll get messages from aspiring comics that are like, "Oh, I'm doing my first open mic. Can I send you the link?" And I'm like, "No."
Dumbest thing ever.
Oh Lord.
I get that a lot.
I've literally never gotten that since I stopped owning a club. When I was a club, since then.
By the way, how did a man named Chestnut not end up a porn star?
We don't know that for sure.
Apparently, he could only get it to the belly button, so belly button nut didn't have the same ring as Chestnut. Anyway,
he can eat more than anybody else.
What's that?
I said he can eat more than anybody else.
Let me quickly read you this note from Bunst. It says, sorry I'm not a native New Yorker, but the Degenhardt side goes back to the 1870s in New York City, so you can bet your ass we know the good delis. Great-great-granddad got the boot from Germany, opened a wine shop at South Street Seaport. Grandpa was a doctor. Dad was a rocket scientist. Immigrants, we get the job done.
Wow.
It's also getting the boot from Germany. That's a really nice way of saying it.
All Ben got from his dad was bobbleheads. So, you know, fuck, you've got a whole lineage there. That's pretty cool.
There.
Do we have today's, what's today? We didn't not have an overnight game, Steve, since it is Saturday. What's today's game? Let's do a game.
We do have today's game, but before today's game, I mean, ice cream is not complete without like some international toppings. So, a Tim Tam. I really do recommend crushed up Tim Tam. Who cares what today's game is? This is good. No, today's game is we're recapping yesterday's madness, which I gotta say, I was very surprised that Bowers got as sick as he did from 10 hot dogs. I really
wasn't sick, and it was the taste. I couldn't handle the taste, and really, I'm not kidding you. I really wouldn't want to just wanted Ben to throw up. I wasn't actually in a hot dog eating contest. I was hoping I'd get Ben to puke on camera, and he was such a fucking badass. I couldn't. It was 15 hot dogs from throwing up. I've never been more fucking disappointed in my life. It was fucking. It was impressive, Ben. I was impressed with hot dog eating prowess. I'm not kidding. No part of me thought I was going to beat Ben. I wanted to see if I could convince him to eat 20 hot dogs and throw up on camera. And he put him down like a champ, and it didn't even faze him. So
no part of you thought you were going to beat me? Come on.
No, I was not competing. I was literally trying to get you to throw up. That's all.
Bowers, you should have absolutely let me know, and I would have been like, Max is 30.
I thought 20 would make him throw up. I swear to God, I underestimated his stomach by 15 hot dogs minimum. Like, I was very impressed. Like, I'm not kidding. I'm like, he's going to eat 20 and not throw up. This is so sad.
Yeah. All right, well, so today's game is to recap yesterday. So what you do is you take the actual title of something, book, TV show, movie, song, doesn't matter, but the actual title, don't change any of the words, and use it to apply to yesterday. So, for instance, The Game, or Dazed and Confused, or Falling Down. You know, just any aspect of yesterday, and take an actual title, use it to apply yesterday, and then...
movie title?
Any title. Movie, book, entry in your diary, whatever.
Yeah, a title that other people would know, and use it to apply to yesterday. And what you do is you comment on any of our streams, our Twitch, our Twitter, our YouTube, or our Facebook. But if you want yours to count toward the prize at the end of the show, as well as having a much better chance of being read on air, throw it in with a tip, at least $5 of a Venmo, a Super Chat, or a PayPal. And as always, if you are in our front row, you get up to 3 entries for free.
Steve,
That is true.
Steve,
Yeah?
Amina wants to know if you're pregnant.
Bananas and ice cream. That's a good point. I will say, too, before we get to the front row, Gus, when he brought me this pipe yesterday, he forgot to tell me what its name was. He texted me on the way home and said, oh, this is Wesley Pipes. So that's what this guy is.
Always bet on crack.
I've been working on that all morning. I couldn't come up with it, Ben. Good job. Always bet on crack is perfect.
Nicely done.
And this is the part of the show where we, as always, give a shout out to Neil Diamond. Neil Diamond, everybody. Hello again, Los Angeles. And we introduce the video front row, so please turn on your cameras and join the party, everybody. We are joined by quite a good-looking front row today. I'm looking at you in the gallery. God darn, you look good.
Turn mine on.
And now I will introduce you one by one. Oh boy.
Now we play Has Ben Learned Yet? Ben, take it away.
We have got Ace. We've got Cass Civils. What does she mean? No, I swear to God, you told me yesterday.
You're very close, but it's civil, not civil.
I said civils, like Civil War.
But it's civil. The
Singular.
yeah, the emphasis on the first syllable, not the second.
We got Cass Civils.
There you go. Perfect. You nailed it.
I think you're just like, yeah, it's like the Civil War, right?
We've got Bill to Humps on. We've got Aranka Honeydew.
Come on, I have to.
Honey Key. We've got Aranka Honey Key.
This one doesn't have a last name. You can do this right.
We got Matthew. Shannon Burke is with us. Frank Bearman. Finishing these dogs, Ben. I want to.
God.
I just read. We got August Goose Walsh. We've got Brad Clarkey.
I like that.
That's Mars or just any patch of dirt. No one knows. We've got Jason Bolish, brother of Billy Olish.
This, by the way, is the same as the bit of him eating on air. This just allows him to get away with mispronouncing the names he doesn't know.
Weirdly, also, I ate 20 hot dogs. I was fine. I ate that babka so fast. I don't feel great. Patrick
Weird, 'cause I'm eating
Yoakley.
a lot of ice cream, and I feel fantastic.
I want ice cream so bad. I'm out of ice cream. except like very frostburn vanilla Tillamook, and I don't know if it's worth it. Patrick Yoakley is here. Frank Notaro's joining us. As he's known, Frank Notaro Republic. We've got Tina
What?
No.
from New Zealand. We've got Hana. Hello, Hana. We are being joined by Jajo Osefa. There it is.
What
We've
movie
got-
would Jajo be a bad guy in?
Jajo?
Yeah, like if that was, I feel like
Sounds
that's
like a Bond. That sounds like a Bond villain for sure.
Yeah.
Lives on a
Like-
volcano. He's got a laser. It's gonna blow up the whole world. Jajo's
Or-
back.
Or a character played by Al Pacino. I'm Jajo Pachabo. We've got Anna Hood. Hello, Anna. We've got Allison West. West is easy to pronounce. Hello, Allison. We are joined by Suspended Reality Robubu. And we have with us today, I can't go any slower, Lady Civilis, Conscience for Ben. Hello, Lady Civilis. Pleasure. And that is the video front row.
We've got two great comics with me as well. We have Gianmarco Soresi is here. Gianmarco, how you doing?
Woo!
I'm good. I just have to say, the amount of bowls Steve has is so impressive to me. He had like 4 of those. If I was doing that bit, they'd all be the same bowl, a same plastic shitty bowl. You're doing great, buddy. That's good for you.
What's it say?
I said it's a set of they're all like in a set of mixing bowls, but I actually thought that through because I was like, this bit would be way funnier if I used nice bowls. So
Good for you. I'd have to bring in some coffee cups by the end of that, by the bananas for sure.
you're like in this and just pour the strawberries out in a solo cup.
Plus,
You're like,
part of
this
the
one
cups
is
would
a
have
this one is a water bottle with the top cut off.
Gatorade bottles, a lot of Gatorade bottles.
Plus, he wouldn't have fancy toppings. He'd be dumping like bits of nails and like road and shit. Like, he wouldn't have like chocolate and bananas. It'd be like pieces of glass and ants and shit.
Love
Ramen
that
for
Bowers
sure.
You would still want to eat it.
Bowers thinks a 30-cent banana is fancy.
Yeah, that's right. 7-Eleven, 2 for $1.
Sometimes when you order bananas, you get 28 bananas, and you have to eat bananas all week. Anyway, we also have Allison Goldberg is here. Allison Goldberg, how you doing?
Allison!
Hello. How are you doing?
What up, Goldberg?
Well, first of all, I'm concerned that we're watching Steve get diabetes right now. So that. But also, I wanted to let everyone know that I'm in my childhood bedroom. Are you ready for this? Are you
We're
ready?
ready. I want to see it. This is gonna be great.
Oh, Jesus.
Now, in case you were like, "Wow, Allie, that's a really pink bookshelf," do you have another?
Wow. Allison,
Yes, I do.
I hope you take this positively, but you do seem like the kind of person that would have had porcelain dolls as a child.
No, see, No, fuck you. Okay. Not that girl. This is the girl my parents wanted.
Ah,
By the way,
they thought you
also,
collected sadness. You're like, no, I collect happiness. I'm a comic.
No, but honestly, this is like a time capsule. I haven't lived in this room for so long, and it is still the way I left it for college. But now I feel like it's coming back. Like, am I in a TikTok video? I don't know.
Allison, two things.
Yes.
One, I do
So
enjoy
more than two. There's a lot of things here that need to be broken down, but we'll start with two.
I've only gotten two. It's because of the
Right.
diabetes. But
Okay.
two, one, the slow lean. That's also what that doll does when you're asleep.
Is it your same bed from when you were a kid?
Oh yes, and in case you weren't sure if there's enough pink. Oh, there it is. Oh, wait. Oh, is this wall pink too? Yes, it is. Are my bat mitzvah centerpieces on the floor? Yes, they are. Wow.
That's okay. In my bedroom at my parents' house, they still have my bar mitzvah poster that all my friends signed, just right there, very prominent.
I'm just not showing you that part.
And see, when I went to college, my mom took out the walls of my room and made the living room bigger. Literally the week I left, I came
Honestly,
home and
as
like,
she
I'm gonna keep all this shit
should.
in the attic till you get married, and then it's out of my house. So there's different families have different traditions, I guess.
As she should, honestly. I mean, as you guys know about me, I don't think anyone should have kids, but if you do, and then they leave, redo their rooms. They're yours now. They're your rooms.
Also, by the way, and with mine, it was a little different because, when I moved out and went to college, my mother actually moved into what was my room from the bedroom she had crafted in the living room for her because our place was a lot smaller. Who the fuck has a spare room? Why? How did she could just leave that there?
I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. This is the truth of how I grew up.
You also lived in New York. Where you live, Allison?
Oh, Baltimore. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it is, Steve. That's the
Okay,
answer.
that's a good
Yeah, I
point.
didn't grow up in New York.
Yeah, there's no
this in New York and you're a billionaire. Like
Yeah, that's actually a good point. The doll would pay rent in New York.
Yeah. I've said the difference between New York and LA is if you go to visit your friend in LA, they have a couch you can sleep on. If you go visit your friend in New York, someone pays rent to live on that fucking couch. There's no empty couches in New York anywhere.
Yeah.
A doll would be the only creature that would actually pay in doll hairs.
what about all of the dolls?
Oh my god! You have to pull one of those dolls out at some point because
Oh wait, Ben, I just realized that book up there is my bat mitzvah sign-in book. Remember those?
I did not have that.
Okay, well I had that, and there it is.
This
is a time capsule right here.
I have two of those sign-up books, but they're from weddings, so I don't know what you should do. I will say there was one time, Allie, I met a girl at a bar. We went back to her place and we hung out that night. And then I wake up the next morning and I'm like, this bed's small. And I'm looking at pictures of her as a child playing soccer on the walls. And I'm like, where are we? And she's like, my house. And I look like the window. There's a bunch of cars. I'm like, who lives here? She's like, oh, my brother and my roommates. I'm like, what roommate? She's like, my parents. I moved back with my parents. I got divorced. I live with I had to hook up with her childhood bedroom. So that doll was looking at me.
She brought you home to her parents.
Yeah, it was terrible.
That's really a way
to
in the morning. A situation.
I swear, Ben, as I'm waking up and I'm realizing I'm in her childhood home and I'm in a twin bed because I was pretty drunk, and I'm like, oh fuck, where am I? Her dad comes in to let the dog out whose cage is in her room, and I'm like, oh god.
A few things. You fit in a twin bed. You should feel very good about yourself,
I
frankly.
feel good about that. Yeah.
Second of all, did the parents bring out the same bowls that Steve was eating from and serve you breakfast?
They made me breakfast. They had bananas and strawberries. It was
beautiful.
Awesome.
Honestly,
Wait.
you should
And she
only
was like
fuck girls
she was
who live with their parents.
She was
The
like 35.
father.
She was
the
35 and had two kids. She just moved in after a divorce and just didn't tell me. It wasn't like she was a young girl.
But the father walked in, let the dog out. Did he say anything to you? What was that
He
like?
was like, oh, hey, I didn't know you had company. I'm like, hey, dude.
Oh,
The idea that, and by the way,
horrible.
there's no shame in her situation. The shame is in not telling you, not giving you a heads
Give
up.
me a heads
That's
up is
true.
all I'm saying,
No, the shame is in not going back to your place because you theoretically weren't living with your parents.
Well, again, that
Allie,
was
you
the
make a
point.
lot of
It was
assumptions
a
on
whole,
the
look,
show.
it was a whole story. I mean, I cut out a lot of details of the story to make the funny part because they make fun of me for being but like it was a whole thing. She was supposed to stay at my house and she decided not to, and then she called me and was like, I made a mistake, you should come here. It was a whole thing. But like still, I ended up in a childhood bedroom and it was terrifying.
Okay, so we'll get the full story off camera. Got it.
So don't bring
Look
your
forward
dudes
to
home,
it.
Allie. That's all I'm saying. Don't bring your guys home from the bar into your childhood room. It will freak them out,
A
especially.
comic once told me a story about how like he made a joke basically like the woman he was dating was like reluctant to bring him home. She like kept being like, let's go to your place, let's go to your place, let's go to your place. And so he was like, what, do you live with your parents or something? And she's like, no. So then they end up going to her place one night and they hook up. And like the second they finish hooking up, and they're like out on like her patio in the backyard or whatever, the second they finish hooking up, the woman's son comes out. It was like, Mom, you're fucking disgusting, and like walks back in. He had not told him she had a kid, let alone that he lived there.
And he was 17 apparently. Jesus.
Well, he was 14, but an angry 14. And wouldn't you be? Wouldn't you be?
I mean,
Don't
if
judge
you caught your mom fucking a comic on a lawn chair, yeah, you'd be very disappointed.
Yes. And also, the way the kid reacted, it wasn't like, heaven forbid. It was just like, fucking again,
Mom. I told you, don't fuck in the yard with your weirdos. Take them to your room.
Yeah, be like,
It
you
doesn't
have
say
a
that
room.
The first time that happened. Yeah.
I love that Steve's telling a story about another comedian, but Steve knows how the kid reacted exactly. That's really weird.
On this show knows the comedian, and that's why I won't.
Everybody on the show knows the comedian
Likely
he's speaking
story.
a moment ago.
It is absolutely not me, but I will not do that to another comic.
When I graduated college, I was living for a few years in my parents' garage, and it was a nice garage other than the fact there was no plumbing in it, like no bathroom, no kitchen. And so I had to go into the main house to use the restroom, as did any of my guests. So one night I came back from a night of partying somewhere, and there was a lady and a few people that were over, but the lady was, cute, and I wanted to make it, hopefully have something happen. Don't worry, it didn't, but
You have more stories about you not getting laid than anyone I've ever met. How many stories where you almost got pussy and then didn't at the end of the story? Like,
well, first of all, that's just because you can't really tell the stories where you do. It's not like it's never happened. But
you can't. No, you can't tell the stories where you do. That's what
I've just heard that y'all are all about hot dogs, so I don't know why you're giving him shit.
so
Anyway,
so the girl said the worst thing that I would hope nobody would ever say when they visited my house, which was, I have to use the restroom. So I was like, oh no, they have to go into my parents' house now. It's 2:30 in the morning, 3 in the morning. My parents are asleep. Every time the door opens, they immediately go, who is it? Who's going there? What's going on? And so I walk her in the house, and my mom is like, and the woman was drunk, so she was being loud, and my mom's like, quiet down, what's happening? Be quiet, stop. And so we go back in there and back into the back of the garage, and she's like, who is that woman? And I go, it's the bitch that owns the place. I told my mom about it years later.
It's not a lie. No, that's solid.
I think your mother was just upset because she's like, we would have paid for a hotel for you, Benny. We would have.
Rach, let's get to some tips and get to Gianmarco here. He's got a heart out. Let's go.
All right. Alexander Breyer said, how do we get the four-legged tripod to do a hot ones now? Is that like the hot chicken wings, right?
Well, I'd
That's
be
where you
down
eat
for
chicken
that.
wings and keep talking while you're. Yeah,
I'd be
Gus
down
has been
for
trying to get us on that
That'd
show
be
for a
fun.
while. His friend produced it or whatever. But Gus is working on some behind the scenes.
Real question, by the way, for each host on that. What level do you think you tap out at?
I haven't really seen it, so I don't know what the levels are.
I mean, I'm serious. We got to get to Gianmarco. So can we talk about that after we?
I'm pretty good at spices, though. That's all I can say.
Yeah, we'll talk about it after.
And then Tam said, Allison's bedroom looks like Pepto-Bismol bottle exploded.
Yes, that is accurate. Yes.
Dana said, I'm still bummed that there was no venison tube steaks, but great show yesterday otherwise. And she does. Yeah.
Nice.
And then last one. Technic says, Jojo, light a candle and get rid of these hot dog smells, please. You're ready for Gianmarco.
All right, coming up next, you love him, Gianmarco Soresi, everybody. Woo!
All right. Oh, hello. Well, thank you so much. I'm here in New York, and indoor dining has reopened partially here, but a lot of the comedy clubs say they can't operate at 25% capacity, even though I've never seen them do otherwise. But I'm very excited. I'm ready for this to end. I'm so sick of washing my hands every time I shit. And I've been making. I'll tell you, one of the last live shows I had, like over a year ago. I was doing a show where I don't do a lot of crowd work, but I was trying, and I asked this woman in the front row at LOL Comedy Club here in New York, I said, excuse me, miss, what do you do for work? And she said, make more money than you. Oh, I just started guessing. I was like, oh, are you a bar mitzvah DJ? Are you a Times Square Elmo? Are you a lemonade stand CFO? Are you a mall Santa in Israel? Do you write fortune cookies? Are you a human scarecrow? Do you work at the kazoo factory? Because those all make more money than me. But I've been doing okay with the Zoom. I do a lot of corporate shows, and I like doing corporate shows when the company is small enough to not have an HR department. Because otherwise, they're so worried about offending anyone that I get an email day of the show. They're like, hey, just to be safe, can you try not telling any jokes? They don't understand. People don't understand. The only way I could make sure to not offend anyone would be to juggle. And like even then, I'd be accused of ableism because I'm using my arms, and sexism because I'm juggling balls, and racism because I'm doing it in blackface. Everyone has their thing. Okay, good. Yeah, I don't want to upset. It's a very sad time. I hope we could laugh. I was watching Chris Christie was on CNN, so they had to pull the camera back, and he was saying that that's unnecessary. But he was saying it was very sad. You know, coronavirus is still raging, and he was saying so many people are dying every day. He said so many people are dying he said it's like a 9/11 every day. And why do we need to bring 9/11 into this? You know, things are so dark. Do we have to add another tragedy on top of it? That's like you fall off your bike, you ask the doctor how many stitches do you need, and he's like, one for each person that died in the Challenger explosion. Like, what the fuck? Say not a lot. You can make the news more fun. You don't have to be next time there's a mass shooting, get the anchor to be like, a dozen died today. Wait, I'm getting word from the hospital. It's now a baker's dozen. You can teach history that way. Be like, the number of licks it takes to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop. Jews died in the Holocaust. And look, you might be like, wait, it doesn't take 6 million licks. Exactly. Now, I'm Jewish. If that makes it better for you, I'm half Jewish. I don't say that anymore. I went on a date with a German woman. I told her I was half Jewish. She was like, no, don't ever say half Jewish. She said the Nazis came up with half Jewish to mean half as bad. So now when I introduce, someone asks me, I'm like, I hold my head up high. I say, I'm half not Jewish. Okay, good. I thank God. I have not gotten the vaccine yet. I don't know if any of you guys have. I have a friend. She works at a homeless shelter. She got it early because she works at the shelter, and she told me, she said, you could just come over, work one hour lunch shift, get the vaccine early. And I thought about it. I'm not gonna lie, I thought about it. But as much as I want the vaccine, I refuse to help the homeless. I hope you all get it, though. If you get the vaccine, please don't post a selfie with a little, medical update on how you're doing, because I don't know your medical history, so it's useless. I'm gonna do one of those posts, be like, got the second shot today, slight fever, couple bumps on my dick. I don't know, is it Pfizer's fault? I do hope you all get the vaccine. I understand why people are a little bit skeptical. People are skeptical about getting the vaccine, and I think it's because the rollout was so weird. Because I'm sure you may remember, in the beginning, Pfizer said that their vaccine was 90% effective. First, they said it was 90% effective. Then Moderna said that theirs was 94% effective. So Pfizer came back and was like, oops, we recrunched the numbers. Now it's 95% effective. Now Moderna's comes with HBO Max, and then AstraZeneca came out of nowhere and was like, ours is 70% effective. It would be like if you were deciding between having sex with Beyonce and Halle Berry, and then Lindsay Lohan popped out of a dumpster and was like, don't forget about this pussy. Okay. It's my time. Thank you very much.
Oh, man. Marco Soresi. Lindsay Lohan, the AstraZeneca of actresses. A tip jar is open. Top right of the screen is our Venmo. You can PayPal at sdscshow.com. Of course, super chat on the YouTube for two reasons. One, Gianmarco needs nicer bowls. And two, because he freely admitted to working at LOL Comedy Club. If you want to tip him $4, that is the average pay of a set at LOL Comedy Club.
The second, by the way, that the AstraZeneca vaccine came out, Lindsay Lohan snorted it.
By the way, Gianmarco, the idea of the woman saying more than you make at LOL, like that's the only place where she's right 100% of the time.
Yeah.
Like every other club, you know, you've got like big headliners stopping it all the time. LOL, this is a true story. Bill Burr stopped in to do a set, and they didn't know who he was.
They didn't let him go on. They gave him the number to send his tape to the booker. I have another one.
Wow.
Brian Regan, famously clean comedian. He came by to do location scouting, and someone overheard him whisper to his manager, "This place is a fucking shithole." Sorry.
LOL Comedy Club it's in Times Square, and it exists solely into tricking people into going to see comedy at an abandoned hospital.
Is that one of the places where they're like, come see Seinfeld? Comics like Seinfeld tonight.
They say, come see Bill Burr, and they didn't even let Bill Burr in the fucking place.
Yeah, they're worried about getting sued, so they're like, come see Jerry Seinfeld. Now, that's spelled with a G. You gotta be clear here.
To be fair, there's an LOL Comedy Club in San Antonio that's fantastic, and they got a bunch of silver balls as a backdrop on stage, and it's a good place to be.
It's a completely different place. This is the LOL in New York City, who definitely did not check whether or not their name was taken. Like, they're not the kind of business people that would be, you know, they're the kind of business people that'll be like, it'll be more expensive for them to sue us. We don't care.
Yeah, when Pat McAfee was a big sports internet guy now, but when he first started, like he was the Colts punter, and he called up the other comedy club in Indianapolis and was like, "I'd like to do the open mic," and they're like, "Okay, well you have to come up here once and sign up, and then you can do it a month later, and you get 3 minutes since your first time." And he said, "Fuck that," and then sold 4,000 tickets to a theater for New Year's Eve and just recorded a special. His first time he ever did comedy.
Yeah, he is. By the way, he wasn't just the Colts punter. He was like the most famous man in Indianapolis.
Yeah,
like
everyone loved him. Yeah, so like then he called Morty. He was like, "Hey, can I do it?" I'm like, "Yeah, how long you want? Come over. Let's go."
Like, you want to own it? Here you go. Here are the keys. Here you go.
I literally did try to get him to buy it. He did not want to do it. There's a point where I'm like, you know, Pat, for only like $75,000, you can have this whole thing and you can do whatever you want. And he was like, "Yeah, I'm not stupid." I'm like, "Well, okay, good."
He's like, nah, yeah, but for 11,000, someone else can have it, right?
Oh, that's true.
So.
we first bought Morty's. When we first bought Morty's, one of the other comics there was a Morty's comic called me and was like, "Hey, me and so are buying Morty's. For $58,000, you can own 4%. That's what they sold me. I'm like, I just bought the whole thing for 21. What are you talking about? But for double what I paid for, I could get 2% of it. It was amazing. Anyway, Rach, we got any tips coming in?
Do we have time to get through some tips, or Gianmarco, do you have to head out?
Yeah, I'll wait for the tips.
Okay, perfect.
Balls.
I mean, I can just take them instead if you want. Like,
Yeah, must be present to win. I don't know if I told you that, Gianmarco.
Gianmarco, I'm just gonna send you this one. This is the
Thank you.
all right. Kim Stewart sent you $5 to wash your hands every time that you shit. Frankie Berman, $10. Gianmarco, this tip should make you richer than the women that you ran into.
Nice.
Tam Brown, $5. I felt for a while that I was unlikely to go back to shaking hands with people in the future. You've cemented that decision for me. No. And then it's a fist bumping teddy bear. Like, that's the best way I can describe it. Technics, 5 Canadian. Gianmarco, you have leveled up again. What the fuck? That is how many licks joke was darkly genius with the camera work. Great use of the platform. # wash your hands, kid. Peter Amsel, 5 Canadian. $3 for the Jewish half, $2 for that other part.
Wonderful.
Anna Hood, $5. Gianmarco, LOL. Frankie Notaro, $5. Wow, that was a great set. Mary L, $10. Great set. Patrick Yoakley, let's see, $50, but $4 for the show tickets, $35 for a set of bowls, $11 for bursting my lungs.
For those prices, you can't afford to not have burst lungs.
Oh goddamn, there's a lot coming in. Nathan Johnson, $10. Nice set, dude. I love your delivery style. Dana, $5. The Alamo of laughs. I laughed so hard I didn't survive. Jojo, $5. Great set. Here's money towards better bowls. And it's acai berry bowls that just spin. You can put whatever you want in them.
No, acai berries only.
It's an acai berry. Is that a fruit?
Is that a berry that you fuck on the side?
Oh, you cheating on your fruit then, Ben? I get it. All right.
This is my side berry.
I only fuck it when my regular berry goes out of town for a while.
Sarah Garcia, $5. This and a single half Jewish tear, and it's it looks like a little nerdy squirrel that's like really upset and he's crying. He has glasses.
Nice.
Hannah Lester, $5. Thanks for the laughs. Curtis Mason, $10. Your set had me crying laughing. Tesha Lee, it was $1 from Grimbeard. I thought Jewish guys didn't have tips, she said.
And which half is Jewish? Did you get I've heard a bunch of people say I'm black from the waist down. I've never heard anybody go, I'm Jewish from the waist down. That would be
People have, yeah. Which half is Jewish? The right one.
All right, we're caught up.
All
Wonderful.
right. Well, hey,
that's
Gianmarco,
more than I've made at LOL in 3 years working there. So thank you so much. I appreciate it, guys. Take
great job,
care.
man. Hey, where can we find you? How do we follow you around? You got any shows?
It's my full name on all the platforms, Gianmarco Soresi, and I have an album and special shelf life on Amazon and all the music platforms. So thank you so much, guys. I always love it.
Thanks, bud.
Thanks, Gianmarco.
Thanks, buddy. We'll see you next time. We appreciate it.
And by the way, that is also more than the janitor at LOL makes, because there is no janitor at LOL.
Hey, he gets room and board there too, so you know.
Yeah, but it's in the elevator.
I thought whoever went last had to clean up. That's not the rule.
That's why they call it. Yeah, it's the cleanup hitter.
I've never been to this club. I feel like I'm missing out now.
No.
Ben went once, but he asked him if he could half price food for his friends.
It's so Ben, do you remember where the New York Laugh Factory was?
Yep.
Okay, so remember that giant building? There is another giant building next to it that has not been redone.
Got it.
Yeah, which otherwise known as the Port Authority.
But I don't. I'm sure it sounds like a shithole, but I hate how all New Yorkers shit on Times Square. I love Times Square. Times Square is so cool looking. It's a very singularly unique
looks
place.
like your house. Of course you love Times Square. You live in the middle of Times Square. Of course you like it.
Ben leaves the Disney store and be like, huh, no selection.
He's in the M&M store going, got it, need it, got it, got it, got it, need it.
So for real though, Ben, like Times Square is shitty to walk through if you just like live in New York and have to get somewhere and it's on the way. It can certainly be fun. There's a lot of interesting things, but LOL is not in Times Square. So Times Square is basically 6th and 7th Avenue. And then 8th Avenue is where the Port Authority is. And that's where LOL is. So for those who don't know, that is the bus station. That is the giant New York City bus station where people live and pee. And that is where that comedy club is. And there's a big fucking difference.
Got it.
We went to Venice Beach because Richie's in town, so we went to Venice Beach on Thursday, and there was a dude doing comedy just with a microphone and a speaker just in the middle of Venice Beach. No, not to anyone. He was just literally doing crowd work to people walking by, and he was like going, "Man, these girls got no asses. Where you asses at, girl?" I'm like, "Dude, what are you doing?"
Oh no!
Like, no one ever stopped. He was just like ripping on people with a microphone in Venice Beach for like half an hour. It was like fascinating.
All we need to do to get the COVID relief package passed is just show people video of that.
Right? I thought it passed. Didn't it pass today, or does it still have to go through the House?
It's got to go back. It's got to go back to the House now.
The house.
But it passed in the Senate, 50-49, nonpartisan. People of both sides. I'm kidding. It was
I know
completely.
exactly. One guy was home for a funeral. That's why it wasn't tied. That's real, actually. It's going back to your heat question, Steve. I'm not a spicy guy. I mean, I could probably handle it, but I'm not a heat guy. I probably could go up the ladder 4 or 5 before I like die.
If you can watch one thing and one thing only on YouTube, watch the DJ Khaled episode of the Hot Ones, because he comes in there with the most bravado of like, this ain't shit, I can do this, DJ Khaled, you know, like how he is. And then he, in the first one that he's eating, he like accuses the guy of like fixing it.
Shut up.
And making it too hot, and he taps out, and he's like, "No, man, I don't need. I already won in life. I don't need to. I win here too. I already win in life." It is the saddest, most ridiculous. Didn't even get to one. He was.
Oh,
like,
he must have
crying at
pictured
one.
that first one was pussy.
That's why he doesn't eat pussy. It's too spicy.
You gotta see, by the way, this great clip that it was circulating a lot when Larry King passed away. Larry King interviewing DJ Khaled. And it's obviously like not funny to call somebody out on their weight, except in this one instance when this guy was so confident and he was bragging, and Khaled was like, "I'm just number one, top of the planet, and it's the way it is. That's the way I live." And Larry King goes, and explain the weight gain.
Oh my god!
Another
Holy
one.
shit!
Hey, when you rule the world, you eat a bunch.
I would probably, by the way, tap out at like. I don't know if I could make it through 2. I do not.
Well, that's what we could do. I said in the chat, a less like intense version of Hot Ones, like Tapatio, and just have it like kind of increase, and not go to like.
Honestly, I think
peppers.
we could probably go to any wing place and they have extremely hotter wings and just get like from the bottom all the way through, whether you did B-dubs or even a better
That's a
one.
great idea.
Whatever, and then we just see who can tap out on what wing. You know, because they
gotta go Wingstop. B-Dub sucks. Smells
Yeah,
like
I'm saying, I just meant that's the one. But I'm saying at Wingstop, whoever has the best, whatever you think is the best structure of sauces, then they kind of have them rated already by heat, so we can just see who do them in the right order. Maybe yeah.
Can you get one of each? Do they do a flight of wings?
Well, there's 4 of us, so I think you get
I
4.
mean Pittsburgh.
Well, I'm thinking we'll fly in. It'll be.
I'll take those wings.
We had a couple things come in. So Ray sent Gianmarco $10 for a pack of dude wipes. And then Tam said, Rachel, Steve can show you how to act out the dancing dog bear. Heck, I even had his example as my background the other day. That's what you were acting out? I said it was fist bumping. Come on, you want to show me? I just did it wrong. I went like that.
Nope, you got to do it. I did it already.
So he's like, I don't have a hat, but he's like,
Yeah, see, there you go.
is that what you did?
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't like doing that.
Well, yesterday you did it with hot dogs, so it's a little better today.
That was me.
I like that Razor sent me a gif of me smacking my face because like we did that, and then I was like, no, I don't want that posted, and he posted it, and I deleted it because I have admin access to the group, and then he wrote me like, sorry, I misread that. I thought you wanted me. So then we agreed on the wiener shaking gif instead. I don't want to.
You got to agree to all wiener shaking. Consent is important.
Is that what the Shake It Off is about?
Carrie said, I've got a general question for Queen, and this is a tip for Allison. How do you react to being asked to smile more when you don't want to scare the person off entirely? I probably would not want to talk to that person again.
Yeah, but she's saying he was hot enough that when he said you should smile more, she was like, fuck,
Doesn't matter.
he's a dick, but he's hot enough. Maybe I do want to
Doesn't
smile.
matter. Not to me anyway. Allison?
You're saying there's not a.
Was that
Allison,
for
so
me? I'm so
well, we're just asking a
confused.
question. So the question is, could a person be interesting enough, doesn't be hot, interesting enough that they could say something douchey and you'd still be like, I'm still in a little.
No.
Okay.
I have a no douchebags policy. It's pretty strict.
Yeah, I won't date anybody who's an asshole, but I'll fuck anybody.
We've heard.
Heard Bowers will fuck any asshole.
I'm just
That's
saying
what he
you
just said.
I'm just saying you can't. There's if you're interesting and cool. Even if you say some. I mean, I guess if you were super. Actually, well, we had an idea for a game show once, Steve, to do that. Remember, we were gonna have a hot girl stand at a bar and get more and more terrible and see how long it would take a dude to leave.
I still think it's such a good idea for a show, and I very much want to sell it. And yeah,
Go ahead.
Oh no! So the idea of the show was basically like you have an actress and you have people betting on whether or not the guy will leave, and so you have the actress getting worse and worse as he's hitting on her, and like going through like first she's a little bit rude, and then she starts being racist, and then you start like it just gets horrible.
Eventually, she's gonna murder you. Like it takes him. Like this girl's insane. Like it takes a while. Like to see how long dudes would stand and hang out with a hot girl, no matter how awful she was. That's
it's sad in both directions. I think it takes a lot.
I'm saying I think.
All right, we got an overnight game. Go to
Wait. If I can give you an example of what amount it would be, for me the line is the person can't be racist. But I was doing a show one time in Florida, so of course there was a high percentage chance everybody at the show would be racist. So after the show, I was talking to this girl, this gorgeous girl. We were hitting it off, we were flirting, and I could tell stuff was about to go downtown in Chinatown. And then she said something racist, and I'm like,
maybe if you didn't call it that, maybe you would get laid. That's how you refer to it generally every time is downtown in Chinatown. Maybe you stop saying, hey, Carmel, do you want to go downtown to Chinatown? She'd go, maybe I'll fuck you more if you quit saying that. Maybe that's the hole in your game.
She'd be like, Chinatown's on the east side. Oh. Very confused.
So
you go down to Chinatown, you want to fuck 10 minutes later. It's just not even a good thing. Like,
oh my God. That's an appropriate reaction, Allie.
We were talking, and so I'm like, damn it, she's racist. So my mission now was to convince her how wrong racism was and get her to finally see the light, and I did. I took like 30 minutes trying to explain to her.
Did you convince her with your dick, or was this a different part of the
convince her from the inside, Allie. That's what happened.
Okay, that's
I convinced her verbally,
was an
and then
inside
I
job.
celebrated with her with my dick afterwards.
Okay, cool.
We like made out in the ocean. It was fucking fantastic.
It sounds like you convinced yourself.
You convinced
she
her
was
not to
no
be
longer
racist.
racist.
Really? You think your dick cured racism? Is that what you're saying?
No.
After you said downtown to Chinatown.
Right. I mean, after you
Gave
said this
her
racist
an
thing.
opening, and she gave you an opening.
I'm telling you, I convinced her. She changed her mind. She realized the error of her ways. We went down to the ocean. We were making it down the ocean. There were dolphins nearby. It was nighttime. The moonlight was lighting us up. We ended up back in my bedroom, and then there was a mosquito in the room, and I had to have the housekeeping come in, or the management clear out all the mattresses and flip the mattresses over. But it was pretty good time overall.
What are you talking about? What
You had the manager of the hotel come up in the middle of the night and flip your mattress because there was a mosquito in your room?
No, it was like a major problem. Like I couldn't see. I was being bit constantly. I couldn't fucking find it after the girl left.
So you
And
thought
I
it was
had to
bed
call.
bugs.
I don't know what was happening. It was really bad, and they came and they like did a whole like FBI style sweep of the room.
Oh, this is when a Californian has bed bugs. New Yorkers know immediately what's happening. They're bed
Not a
bugs.
positive.
Yeah.
No, this is when a Californian has a mosquito.
Right.
Or it
Everybody
rains.
A bit one time. Yeah. No, I would like to pretend that women are better, but I have some friends where I'm like, why? The standards are so low. They're so low. It's not one-sided.
There was a great sketch where God, I'm blanking on the sketch group that did it, but there was a great sketch where basically this guy goes to try to talk to a girl at a bar and she blows him off, and then this other guy who's super attractive comes over to talk to her, and he's being really like what would be creepy if anyone else said it, and the woman is super into him, and the guy, like the first guy, tries to be like, hey, I think that guy might be dangerous, and then she just maces him. It's a very funny sketch. Because it really is, no matter what gender, it really is, you can get away with so much more as an attractive person. Like, I think that's
Oh, yeah, for sure.
universal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Ben had them sweep his entire room and they didn't throw him out of the hotel. He must be very good looking.
Really sweet, Steve. They do it for anybody.
All right,
Takes
one
7
general
calls.
look at
Senate.
Allie.
What's that?
Said it takes 7 calls, but they'll do it for anybody. After the
That's
call.
right.
That was worth going back to. Daniel Graves said Bowers forgot that Steve moved to Pittsburgh. LOL. All right, we're good for
Are
Ellie.
we caught up? All right, let's get to another set coming up next. One of our favorites, Allie Goldberg, everybody. Woo!
Hello. So thank you so much for having me and all of my dolls. Okay. Just had to show them again. All right. So like many people in quarantine, I have not been sleeping great, right? So I fall asleep fine. I wake up 4 hours later. It is horrible. And I've been doing everything, earplugs, eye mask, the whole thing. So I saw a naturopath recently, and she told me that you can access deeper sleep if you breathe through your nose. So I told her, I'm asleep. How do I know if I'm breathing through my nose? Also, let's be serious. Shutting my fucking mouth is very difficult for me. She suggested that I tape my mouth shut. Yeah, true story. Let me get this straight, okay? So a man comes over. Vaccinated, it could happen one day. So I pop in the earplugs. I blindfold myself, and then I slowly tape my own goddamn mouth shut. Yeah, I also heard that hog tying yourself to your bed frame can be super helpful for insomnia. So I also started seeing a sleep doctor, and he looks about my age, no ring, very cute. At our first date, doctor's appointment, he leaned in close, stared deeply into my eyes, and asked if I have a bed partner. To which I replied, I have a gravity blanket. The only dilemma is that every time we have a date, I have an $80 copay. My friend said that I should email him my number. I'm pretty sure he already has my height, weight, blood pressure, allergy to commitment, and entire medical history, so I think he has my phone number. Here's the problem, though, with my boyfriend, sleep doctor. He probably thinks I'm a fucking psycho because of that times that I called him crying for drugs. And I want to be clear that when I say crying for drugs, I mean that I was literally crying and begging for drugs, which is not how I usually approach anyone in my life. But the way I see it is that he's already seen me at my worst. You know what I mean? He just doesn't know that I have a best. Should definitely date. I'll never tire of him giving me sleeping tips. He can give me all the tips, you know what I'm saying? He can duct tape my mouth shut anyway. Instead of a spoonful of medicine, we'll be spooning, bitch. Hey, doctor, you want to talk sleeping pills? How about pillow talk? You want to talk programs? How about you come over to my place and we can watch my favorite TV programs and snuggle? I can't stop thinking about him giving me what I want most in bed. Sleep! I'm talking about sleep, you fucking sickos! I should just date an anesthesiologist. Put me to sleep, wake me back up in the morning, dream team! Anyway, I want to talk about something else that I love in quarantine other than my sleep doctor, which is drugs. Because in quarantine, we can't go anywhere with our bodies, but we can go anywhere with our minds. But I want to be clear that I love drugs in your 30s. I don't think people should be doing drugs in their teens or 20s for that matter. I mean, if you're in your teens, honestly, get off the internet, go outside. If you're in your 20s, don't do drugs. They're bad. Here's why, okay? People in their teens and 20s, they still think they can live forever. They've still got youth on their side. I have a Zoom filter on my side. Young people, they believe they're invincible, and so they make poor decisions like Corona parties and Jaeger bombs. In our 30s, we begin to be faced with our own mortality, and we understand. And the result is that when my friends and I do the drugs, it is a rational, reasonable experience. We're talking sourcing, dosage, supplements. Did you bring a sweater? Hydration. What's our check-in plan? How many check-ins are we going to have throughout the night to make sure everyone's okay? And what's our contingency plan if someone is not okay? You know that you are quarantined in your 30s and child-free when trips you'd love to take include Home Depot, Bed Bath & Beyond, and ayahuasca. Dare to do drugs in your 30s, and only people over 30 understand that reference. So the only problem I think with these drugs is that they create this kind of faux wokeness. Do you know what I mean? So there are a lot of men, present company excluded, of course, but there are a lot of men who think they are so woke just because they'll like go to Burning Man and do yoga and drop half a tablet of LSD and talk about sex positivity. And like, don't get me wrong, I love all of those things, but that does not make you woke at all. You are woke because you take the time to read studies about the biases and barriers facing a group that is not your own. You're woke because yes, we are all running this race called life, and yes, we all have hurdles in our lane, but you acknowledge that some people's lanes have broken glass in them and they weren't given any shoes. I know that I am woke, and it's not because I love Burning Man or because I love responsibly taking drugs once a quarter. I am woke. I am woke because I haven't slept in years. Thank you so much.
Allison Goldberg. Allison Goldberg. Tip jar is open. Top right of the screen is our Venmo. You can PayPal at sdscshow.com. I do enjoy the Dare reference, especially since I know that there's a Dare poster in that room right now. And I also like the idea that, you know, sometimes people have that whole thing of like when someone tries to give money to the homeless, they're like, oh, he's just going to use it for drugs. Well, same thing with Allie. So
you know where your money's going, so, you know, Venmo me.
If you want to Venmo Allie for drugs, that'd be great. Please.
Well, the good news
I do have a strict once a quarter policy because I'm responsible.
And ironically, Allie never does drugs in an alley. It's always in her childhood bedroom. So it works.
I was just really excited to do a set about drugs in my childhood bedroom. There's like that dolphin candle. It's really cool. It's really cool. Yeah. Every quarter hour. No, that's not responsible.
No, but I agree with Allie. I think if you're doing drugs, and I always tell if you're young when you're doing drugs, like you're wasting youth, man. Youth should be your drug. What are you doing? You have abs for no reason. You get an erection on command. Don't do drugs till you're old when you fucking need it.
Yeah, you need
some
drugs.
hope a bit. You know what I mean?
Later. It's responsible in your 30s. Like we have,
By the way, Bowers, when you lit that, I think the pipe was in Ben's frame.
Right? Pipe.
That was pretty great. That's a long pipe.
There is
Wesley
a
Fine.
there is a just for Bowers. there was, I will say, one of the
That's about
you ever see someone do a bit where you're just like, God damn, that's the perfect way of saying the thing that I was thinking of saying? Like there was of all
every bit I do, Steve.
of all people who did that, I actually heard something that Corolla said once, where he said that if you're struggling in life, don't do drugs, even though you feel like you need them the most because you're trying to forget your struggles. At the same time, you need every brain cell you have. But if you're killing it, fuck it, you've earned the drugs.
I mean, my favorite quote from a movie where it said, don't drink to feel better, drink to feel even better. Only drink to feel even better. So don't drink when you're sad, only drink when you're already happy to be happier. Right?
Okay.
So I don't think you should drink, Steve. That's my point, I guess.
Well, that reminds me of the great Dean Martin quote. He says, I feel bad for people who don't drink. When they wake up in the morning, that's the best they're going to feel all day.
Yeah. Funny because Dean Martin didn't really drink and was all an act, but yes.
I actually don't drink, and also Steve Mazel Tov. I saw you 17 years sober, but I don't drink. I'm just about the party drugs.
Nice.
Because actually, alcohol fucks with my sleep too much, so I can't.
I like the idea that Allison's like, I don't drink, but if someone were to drop a couple random pills in a glass, yeah, sure, that's fine.
I love that you already don't sleep, but you think alcohol.
Someone put beer in my roofies. This is terrible.
I don't drink unless it's Molly water. You know what I'm saying?
By the way, Molly Water playing at the Roxy on Monday.
That is not a band.
Concert? What?
Such a terrible taste, Molly Water. Ugh.
No, it's just a singer-songwriter named Molly Water.
And I just got really excited about concerts. You know.
You can go to them in your mind.
It's Roger Waters' daughter. His name Molly. That's fine.
Yeah.
When I was at Burning Man, where you do tend to do a lot of the drugs, at the end of one very, very long night, it was 4:35 in the morning at the end of a very long adventure. There had been lots of drugs involved, and I was dehydrated, and I said to, well, I thought was a friend of mine, I'm like, can I have a sip of your soda, man? I'm pretty parched. She goes, sure. Hands me a soda. I take 2 big sips, and I'm like, that tastes weird. He's like, it's Molly. I'm like, come on, really? I gotta restart a whole nother journey now?
The only thing
But
worse.
I don't do drugs at Burning Man for the reasons you guys just said. There's already so much going on. You know what I mean? Like, I'm good. There's already so much. But drugs in quarantine are great.
I will say,
I think it's funny. We spend this is true. Like people that drink and party, like the times you're gonna have the most fun, right? The best concert you ever went to, a super fun comedy show, your wedding, the Super Bowl. That's when you get the most blacked out and don't fucking remember anything.
Wait,
No,
which
get blacked out on
wedding?
Tuesday. There's nothing going on. Don't black out at the fucking concert you wanted to go to. That's terrible.
yeah, but by the way, I hear you guys talking about Burning Man, and I'll be honest, I was trying to think of like, is there anything I would like to go to less than Burning Man? Like anything that people do enjoy that I would hate more, and I think it's between Burning Man and CPAC. Like, I don't know.
There is not a thing
I would
more.
have less fun at.
Yeah, there is not a thing more in the world.
Tour de France, Steve. You would not like the Tour de France. I'll give you
I think I'm a sports guy. I would enjoy that.
to ride a bike in the Tour de France.
No, not to ride it. No.
Steve, I love Burning Man, but I hate burners. Okay? I think it's an important distinction.
But isn't that where they have the most of them?
Yeah, but I just like to climb sculptures all day. Everyone's like, oh my God, like I saw the sunrise and I raved and I did Molly for 7 days. And I'm like, okay, of course you had fun. You did Molly for 7 days in the desert. I just like climbing sculptures. I'll do my drugs another time.
I did.
There's not a place on Earth more that is the coolest, most fun place on the planet that Steve would hate more. It's absolutely accurate.
It's Steve. One day you're gonna do it. It's incredible.
I performed in.
How about Chuck E. Cheese?
When I was a kid, I enjoyed that.
No, I'm saying that as an adult.
The other thing about Burning Man, though, that I miss so much is that it is the antithesis of quarantine. It is like the polar opposite of everything that is happening right now, and that makes me miss it so much.
Well, I performed in Reno the weekend after.
That's not
Burning
the
Man.
same.
Oh, that's not a good thing.
So I'm saying
I
all
would
the
never
burners.
recommend that.
All the burners that came to Reno right afterward.
Yeah.
It was the most ridiculous thing that they just spent like a week at be like, no capitalism. And it's like, let's go to a casino. Like, fuck you. Like you.
In their defense,
But see, I agree.
They were trying to go to Vegas and ended up in Reno.
But Steve, I agree, because everyone's like, oh my God, like this is the way the world could be. And I'm like, bitch, please, we brought our supplies here. 4 more days, supplies run scarce. This shit turns into Lord of the Flies and don't pretend it doesn't, you know? So I don't like when people like think it's this alternate reality, but is it the most fun adult playground ever? Yes.
There's a joke in my act where I talk about Burning Man and I say your name isn't Rhythm Bunny, it's Tammy. And that is a reference to someone I met at that casino with Burning Man where she just goes, I'm Rhythm Bunny. I'm like, no, you were Rhythm Bunny on Tuesday. Shut the fuck up. Now you're Tammy.
That's the other thing that bothers me, right? Because they talk how it's like all about authenticity, and I'm like, then why don't I know your real fucking name? So, so that's what I mean. Like, I love Burning Man. I don't like burners. I'm like, let's just accept this for what it is. I fucking love sculptures in the desert. I love biking to what feels like the end of the earth, and then suddenly there's a fucking bouncy castle. That's the shit I love. But we'll talk later,
Burning Man
Steve.
is like an outdoor
It's now my
strip club.
personal mission to bring Steve to Burning Man.
I do, but also similarly, I don't like going to concerts, and it's because I don't like a lot of people who go to concerts. Like the actual experience would be fine, except for the one guy who's pretending he's having way more fun than he is. Like I can't stop looking at that asshole and be like, fuck you, you're not having as much fun as you're pretending right now.
Right. But also, the material you'd get would just last you years. So,
Oh, yeah.
You know,
It would be
just
it would
write
be
the whole thing off. You know.
huge wealth of material. I slightly disagree. I am one of those people that say this is a different way human existence could be. Like if it were on another planet. Of course, after 4 days, it would be a lot more negotiations and trying to figure out how you
We'd be
survive.
eating each other. Yeah.
Yeah, but it could it could work. It's magical. It's pretty incredible. I even went to Midburn, which is Israel's
Oh, I want to go to that. Yeah.
magical.
I'm
It's
just imagining Steve at a concert with his arms crossed, looking at people going, "You're not having that much fun. Fuck you. Come on. This isn't that fun. You're lying." To some guy who's just having a blast. You're like mad at him.
By the way, maybe I don't like Burning Man because I'm just afraid of anything that involves burning.
Could be. It does not. You're,
Steve,
All right, let's get to some tips for Allie.
Steve spends the whole concert at the merch table just studying the layout.
No, I just look at the merch table being like, fucking amateurs.
I
All
don't even know
right.
where to text to see where fucking you're playing again. Marketing's terrible.
All right, Technic sent in 2 Canadian and said, Allison laughed, LOL, we're the hashtag can't STFU, shut the fuck up crew, me and you.
Nice.
Frankie Berman, $10, great set. Just thought of something. Did you have sleeping problems when you had the Meryl Streep candle?
Oh, thank you for remembering my Meryl Streep candle. Yeah, Meryl's not here with me now. Maybe I needed to bring her.
Sophie's
Alexander-
choice whether you bring your Meryl Streep candle or not.
What?
God.
Jojo
real
just said in the comments, I think I know Rhythm Bunny.
Is her name Tammy and she's a realtor? Then you know Rhythm Bunny.
I also love suspended reality, Rob. All this talk about going to Burning Man. I'm just looking forward to going to Publix. I feel like anywhere.
I look around Publix going, no one is having this much fun. Shut up. Stop it.
Alexander Breyer, $3. Your set was me leaving the hot girl at the bar right after those first few lines. Pam Brown, $5 towards those dates / copays. Best wishes on the future of your doctor-patient relationship. Peter Amsel, 5 Canadian. Michael Jackson had great success getting to sleep with propofol.
Oh, God.
Until it killed him. I love this stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yep.
His doctor was an anesthesiologist. He
Yeah.
fucked it up at the end.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Castic, $10. Love the set. Kim Stewart, $5. Great set. Hannah Lester, $5 for drugs.
Thank you.
Jojo, $5 for the best mushrooms possible. Tesha Lee, $5. My medicinal brownie kicked in during your set. I'm being a responsible 39-year-old.
Yes,
Nice.
you are. Yes, get it.
Paul Zingen, $10 for fish food, not drugs. Spencer Mueller, $2 for each comedian. $2 for each comedian, probably for party supplies. Billy Lee Dog, $10 for both comics.
Wait, was fish food spelled PH? Or
No, it was not. Nice try though.
Somebody in the comment said that. I thought it was great. That was a good
That's great. Let's see who else. Antichrist sent you $5 and said good luck with the doctor.
Thank
Nice.
you. I
Ray
hope it's not a set.
Benjamin.
Which, by the way, if you did a different set, that would have been a weird tip.
Ray Benjamin sent $5 for copays.
Nice.
Ken Machik sent $5 for Allie from Ken. I'm a hot chick. That's how you pronounce. Oh fuck. I'm a hot chick. That's how you pronounce matcha chick, which I didn't do again. Nancy Reagan would be very disappointed in you. Great set.
That was a
And
tip for
then-
Rachel's mispronunciation. Don't worry about it, Allie.
Okay.
And then the last one is by far hilarious. It says for Allie, it's $25. Redecorating fund. Love, mom. From me to Goldberg, everybody.
My mom's crushing it with these comments. Last time I did a set about not wanting kids, and she tipped and said, I guess I'm not getting grandkids.
It's hilarious.
She's also downstairs watching. I was like, I could have you in the room, but I just really feel like I want to be in my bedroom with these dolls.
That's a good look.
Get out of my room, Mom. Don't have to.
They're downstairs.
So we ready for the game,
We're
Rich?
ready for the game.
Let's do it.
All right, so the game today is come up with any song, book, movie, TV show that sums up yesterday. So did I have any unpaid? I did. Athletic rehabilitation therapy massage. The Queen's Gambit sympathy donations, $50 to stop. And then Busy by Nature had The Purge, almost.
Nice.
All right, front row. Berman, start us off.
Okay, so I have 3. I have Deep Throat.
Uh,
I got Appetite for Destruction.
Nice.
Then Dog Day Afternoon.
Hannah.
I went Judy Bloom. So yesterday when you were in the competition, you were all, "Are you there, God? It's me, Margaret." And afterwards, you were all super fudge.
Oh my god.
It wasn't so.
Patrick.
I've got 3. The Longest Day,
Yeah.
Big Sick,
Nice.
and Babe.
Gus.
Hey, I've got Schitt's Creek.
All right.
And I swear I found a book called I Need a New Butt.
That.
Find it on your bookshelf?
And everyone's favorite adult film, I Dream of Weenie.
Cass.
I just have 2. So Sick. And my Neil, and then or Nelly, and then Suicide Squad.
Billy Thompson.
Oh yeah. 20, 30, 40s, 50s. So I got How Much a Hot Dog? Shameless. The Walking Dead.
Nice.
I think it was a kid's book. At the end of it all, yeah.
Is that me on the cover? What the fuck?
Love it. That's funny.
Nice. Angles.
Okay, I got a Van Halen song, Somebody Get Me a Doctor.
That's a song for Allie.
Yeah, right?
Have one.
I can't even read what I wrote here. Make It Go Away. Make It Go Away by
Yes.
Sheryl Crow.
Nice. Like you make that first one an eye doctor if you want.
Yeah. And I also had Deep Throat.
Nice.
Anna.
So I think I'll pay for a couple of extras. So I have Porky's Revenge and Elizabeth Hurley and Misery and Jules' song Foolish Games.
Aranka.
I've got Gone Girl and Shake It Off.
Tina.
I have got Sausage Party.
Nice.
Idiot Test. And 50 Shades of Grey.
God. Ray.
Well, they took the Sausage Party one already. And I can't remember the name of the song, but it goes Lime in the Coconut. And Winona.
What?
Yeah, I get it. Is there anyone else in our front row that
JoJo's got one.
physically? JoJo, go ahead.
Oh, can't hear you. Can't hear you, Jojo.
Timing again.
There you go. Now we got you.
Now I got you. No.
Wait, no.
No.
Mm-mm.
Can't hear you.
Can't hear you, JoJo.
Can't hear you. If you want to put them in the chat, I'll read them for you.
We'll come back.
Is there
Sure, they're
anybody
real gross
else?
if Rachel has to read them.
Matthew's gone.
Matthew,
All right, I feel that these are both for Ben. One is the movie called The Abyss, and a little reading material for him. Uncle John's Bathroom Reader.
Okay. Jojo had Everyone Has Diarrhea.
Oh my god.
And then I'll get to some of the others. Peter Amsel, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Athletic Rehabilitation Therapy Massage. This Is Us, being silly and a little reckless for charity.
Nice.
Wendy Peterson, Beyond Therapy. Rude. Pam had, in honor of most of the game entries, Breaking All the Rules. Grimbeard, Man Bites Dog.
Nice.
Kim Stewart, My 600-Pound Life. Amon Sala, instead of Good Luck Chuck, Good Up Chuck. They had 40-year-old Purgeon. Spencer Mueller had Help.
I need somebody.
Amon Sala, Sausage Barfy.
Oh.
Tasha, A Series of Unfortunate Decisions. Jack Dostal, Hurts So Good.
You're half right.
Lindsey Brown, Hot Dog Bile Machine. Oh, it's not wrong. Pam Brown, Bad Meat. Amina Sala, instead of human centipede, the Human Force Feed. And let's see, was there any Jojo? Did you have any more? Hot Dog Cocktail.
Nice.
And then that's it. We're caught up.
All right. There were some good ones. I'm going to go with the ones that followed the rules and used actual titles and didn't make up new ones. I liked Deep Throat was good. Dog Day Afternoon, Super Fudge, Schitt's Creek. Porky's Revenge was funny. But I'm going to go with, I was almost, I Need a New Butt, but I think I'm going to go with Idiot Test. I thought that was very Idiot Test. Did you have a vote? Allie, did you have a vote? What was your favorite one?
Did I hear Shitty Shitty Bang Bang? I liked that.
All right, cool. Rach, what's your favorite?
I really liked, let's see, there was quite a few. Oh, and there was another one that just came in from Amina Sala. For Rachel, Kevin Can Wait. Did have to wait. I was unwell. I really liked, why is this so difficult? I'm gonna give it to Dog Day Afternoon.
Cool. Ben.
Very tough. Loved Idiot Test. That was funny, but I gotta go Dog Day Afternoon.
All right, Steve.
I really liked Idiot Test. I really liked Dog Day Afternoon. I liked Gone Girl a lot. My favorite was Man Bites Dog. It was perfect. But that means Dog Day Afternoon is the winner with 2 votes. So claim your prize. Email us at sdscshow.com.
Cool. Al, did you have any? If you don't, it's okay.
The only thing I thought of was Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Sausage.
Nice. Rach, you got any?
I have a couple. Do you guys have a couple?
I only have one that I can't believe we didn't hear, unless I missed it.
I have none because I won. I'm drinking out my champion mug. So you guys...
Okay, well, you want to do yours?
Steve, I think we have the same
my
one.
couple?
Maybe.
Taylor, is yours Everybody Poops?
No, but that's great. Mine's Mein Kampf.
Oh my god!
No.
You thought we had the same one?
Yeah, my struggle. Like, what? Of course.
Of course, he says.
Yeah, of course. I was going to enter Mein Kampf into any contest.
You're an edgy comic, man. I don't know. You're off the rails.
Yeah, but I'm 2 halves Jewish.
What was yours, Steve?
I did mine. Everybody Poops.
Oh, okay. I've got 3. Cherry pie, peaches and cream, rock lobster. Those are all things I would have rather been eating than hot dogs.
Nice. All right, it's
What
time
about
for the
6
song.
bowls of ice cream and toppings? Would you?
It's Lady Doodle time. It's Lady Doodle time. Lady Corbin, it's time for her doodles.
Great. First up, I have the hot dog coma. It's just all of you guys.
At my stomach.
And Ben's just happy.
He's just really thrilled.
It's me as a very happy, filled Asian boy.
Your eyes are closed, you dick. Okay. Then I have I'm half not Jewish. Then I have do that thing to me in bed, and by that I mean sleep. Want you to put me to sleep. And then I have you're not having that much fun. Then I have that is the video front row. Then I have Allison in her room. Allison and her children.
Oh, no. Oh my god, they're so creepy.
And then my very last one is, what about this pussy? It's Lindsay.
Art for my heroes and Lady Corbin.
Lady, please don't tag her in that. She's doing much better these days. Don't-
What about this?
Wow.
That's awesome. Allie, where do we find you? How do we follow you around online?
Follow me at Allie_Goldie on Instagram. I do have big news, but the contract isn't signed yet, so I'm just gonna say that cryptic sentence.
Perfect. Perfect showbiz sentence. Someday something cool will happen, but probably it won't. Okay, great job. We love you. Good luck on the thing. I hope you sign the contract. We'll see you next time. As always, you can find me at Bowers Comedy. This week, Mary Santora on Origin Stories on Wednesday. This coming week, so not whatever. But check that out, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific on Wednesday. Origin Stories, me and Rachel interview Mary Santora. Ben, what you got coming up?
Tonight, Glebe Off the Top, crowd work and improvised madness at an earlier time, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 Eastern. And I would love to invite any of you to join my Patreon if you would like. Patreon.com/Ben Glebe. You get free tickets, you get private video hangs, group video hangs, access to behind the scenes footage, all this cool stuff. And you can get this mailed to you in the mail. Most of them just went out for the first round. Your very own Glebe Squad black card,
Wow.
metal card. And personalized to you, it'll have your name there instead of mine, and it's real fun, and it's cool, and it's heavy, and it'll weigh you down if you accidentally drown. Don't have this in your pocket if you go swimming. It's a lot of fun, so check that out. Very cool. And thanks.
Awesome. Like a lot. Steve.
I will say, by the way, Ben gave one of those to me, personalized for me, before I left. It was on the last time that I saw Ben before I left for Pittsburgh. He gave me a Glebe Squad card, and I thought it was particularly amazing because I was like, and they make fun of me for merch. His going away present to me was him. This is strictly me.
No.
Again, it's
No, it was beautiful. I'm messing with you. It's awesome.
Coming from someone who didn't get a card, that must have been super nice.
Oh, he gave me yours also.
Ours. That's why I've been asking for your address. It is in the mail. Don't worry.
Okay,
bro.
good.
The only people in the world that get them that is not my Patreon members or my family is my 2 best friends and you guys, the quarantine.
Okay, I appreciate that. Steve, what you got coming up?
I got 3 shows at Nowhere this month, including the one at the end of the month where I'm just doing stand-up, where apparently a lot of people in my neighborhood are going to go see that one on Zoom. So please come and laugh and make sure that this doesn't get awkward when I walk my dog for the next several years. So.
Does this affect zoning? Like if you don't kill it, you won't get zoned for what you want to do?
Probably, yeah. So.
Oh, which, by the way, When I gave Steve the card, it was moments after I gave him another parting gift to take to Philadelphia, and he opened the bag, and it was the framed photo of him and Rachel at the prom. And Steve said, well, I can't carry that. I'm already packed. I can't bring that. And I gave him the Glebe Squad card, and he was like, this I can fit in my pocket, so that'll come with me. Give that to Rachel instead as a prank gift. So that's how that happened a few weeks ago.
Yeah, and by the way, Ben, I moved to Pittsburgh. Just a heads up. Still Pittsburgh.
What did I say?
Philadelphia again, still.
That's the same thing, isn't it?
I do it all the time.
Pittsburgh, Philadelphia? Isn't it a place?
Yeah, it's a suburb of Philly.
Rach, we're going to catch up before we get the audience out of here.
Last thing I did miss, Eric Gould tipped $20. So thank you, Eric.
Thank you, Eric.
Cool. Well, audience, thank you so much as always. Again, great week. Thanks for all the help yesterday. Front row planning committee. That's super fun that you guys have that now. I'm super excited about it. We're about to do some great things. Yeah, so I'm very excited for the next. We got our 1 year coming up in a week or two, or what? 2 weeks now, or 10 days?
Week and a half. Yeah.
So it's all been a year ago, 10 days from now. So anyway, we're excited. We will see you guys on Tuesday at our regular time. We'll see you, audience. Rach, you want to say anything before you get out of here?
Yeah, last thing, Sarah Garcia tipped the show and said Frank Ocean, and then it's a really angry hot dog, and I understand. Yeah, it's super cool how the party planning committee, whatever, came together, and so I'm kind of looking forward to maybe more food contests, with better food, like pies would be cool, and maybe also some fruits and stuff, so that way I definitely won't come in last every goddamn time. So see you Tuesday.
I think it's good that we let the last place finisher decide what food contests happen next. That's smart.
It's a solid move. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, it's losers outs like in basketball. You can
look after 20 hot
Winner
dogs.
gets the balls the way you play in basketball.
I
Come
said you
on.
can play.
You can, but it's not preferable.
I'm saying after Ben's championship, after what you did yesterday, those 20 hot dogs, I do not doubt you in any eating contest we do from now on. I think you will win no matter what it is, but that's okay. I'll keep playing. They were fun, and I got to eat some hot dogs. So anyway, we'll see you guys Tuesday. I'm excited.
I will never doubt Ben in any eating contest. It is funny that he asked us how to cook the hot dogs. That was very funny. Make them hot in any form whatsoever. Also, two more things. I will say it is obvious why Allie likes that doctor. He has the one thing that men don't typically have, which is patience. That was terrible. But I will say that while I did survive last night, I did not eat anything until about noon today. My stomach felt like normally how I would feel performing at LOL Comedy Club. Y'all have.
I actually did skip dinner for the first time in my life, so it did have some effect on me. And I lied earlier. This is not a championship mug. This C stands for Carmel, and it's got metal in it. And hot tip: don't put this in the microwave. It will start a fire. I just learned that the hard way last week. Night, everybody.
Microwave.